So much can be said about this academic school year. I'm Dr. Avery Champagne from Vital Family Chiropractic, and with all of the learning challenges our students are going to have to overcome, I'm here to talk about the health challenges that are inevitably going to follow. Let's start with the elephant in the room here, technology. Have you ever heard of the phrase tech neck? Well, it's 2020, so most of everyone has at least heard the phrase, but let's dissect that phrase out and understand what it means. Tech neck refers to the physiological and the structural changes that happen to our health and our body the more we're chronically on our iPads, iPhones, online lectures. Being on technology all day long leads to a massive loss of curvature in our spine. Right now, my head weighs between 10 to 12 pounds, but with 15 degrees of flexion, it's more like 27 pounds. Another 15 degrees, 40 pounds. And with 45 degrees of flexion, your head weighs upwards 50 pounds. That is a massive amount of pressure being placed on your neck, which will rapidly degenerate your spinal joints, your spinal discs. It will cause spasming of the muscles in your back and your neck, and will cause less blood flow to your brain. That's a headache right there. Let's look at what tech neck actually looks like on an x-ray. This is healthy and normal right here. You might see a nice healthy curve. You might see spaces in between the vertebrae for your discs to comfortably sit. And this is what we all should have in our neck, a healthy curve. But with chronic, consistent use of technology, we're actually starting to see the opposite of that. We're starting to see straight necks. We're starting to see discs degenerating, spinal joints degenerating. We're starting to see bones physically start to change their shape. And this is massively harmful to our students' health. Not only is that headaches, but that's attention issues, memory issues, neck pain, low back pain, you name it. So how can we prevent this? Well, we have to focus on two main ways. The first way is look at your students. Look how they're studying. This is detrimental to our students' health. According to the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry, children are spending between 4 to 6 hours every day on technology. That's not only tech neck, that's memory issues, attention deficit, that's breathing problems. Decades of postural research point to poor posture and poor quality of health. And also more recently, shorter spans of health. So if that's the case, we have to intervene right now today. If the first thing you do is change up your students' studying habits, that's an amazing first step. So how can we actually change this? Number one, let's fix tech neck. You don't have to go out and buy anything new. Take two big textbooks and place it underneath. So that right there minimizes flexion of our student's head. Secondly, we gotta push them in a little bit closer. So the further out they are, the more hunched their shoulders are, the more their muscles have to work in spasm to keep bones in place. So if we could bring our workspace closer, they don't have to hunch over, they could just type comfortably. Thirdly, we gotta take our feet and we gotta put them flat on the ground. So scoot back a little bit, put your feet flat on the ground. Lastly, not everyone has access to high-tech, expensive chairs. That's okay, there are a few key ways to get around that. Number one, please use a chair with a back support. Take a nice big towel, roll it up, and put it between the back support and your spine. That will support the natural curve in your lumbar spine. If you don't want to go that route, go down this option. Go to Amazon, find a cheap yoga ball, and let your students bounce on it all day long. Not only is that physical engagement for our students, that also helps them relax and loosen up the muscles in their spine. Movement hydrates the discs in our spine. So step number one in giving our kids the best tools and resources for living healthy and engaged and academically succeeding, changing up their workspace station. Always take regular breaks between Zoom lectures, between classes and homework. Physical movement is absolute life for our students. Number two, find a local chiropractor near you. Get your students under care. We are under so much stress today, not just physical stress of online schooling, but the mental stresses that follow that. Any interference in our kids' nervous system, what we call subluxation, hinders their ability to learn, hinders their ability to live their healthiest lives. Get them under regular chiropractic care, restore that brain and body communication, give them the tools they need to succeed. We can't compromise our students' health for convenience anymore. No one knows what the new normal is going to look like, but what we do have control over is what we can set up our kids to succeed with. I'm Dr. Avery Champagne. I hope you were learning something today that was useful. And if you have any questions about setting up your workspace station, getting your kids under regular chiropractic care, please get a hold of me.